This is the Eastern Shore Toyota High School Football Preview Show.
Another year of high school football here at Eastern Shore Toyota. UMS McGill, they're ready to get after it. We are too. I'm Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, very excited to be kicking off another season of high school football here on UTV 44. And Dan, as we get ready for our first game here of the season tonight, it's a game we've done lots of times. Yeah. UMS going up against McGill, and I think one of the storylines that jumps out at us in this game is you've got two coaches here. You've got a guy who's a Hall of Famer. You got a guy coaching his first game ever as a head coach. One coach knows what the other one's feeling right now, and the other one wants to get to be where he knows how the other one's feeling.
Yeah, and the great thing about Terry, the Hall of Famer, Terry Curtis, UMS Wright, he's a great mentor to so many of the coaches statewide, certainly in the area as well. So he's a good guide to the guys that are on their way up. So he certainly knows all about Bart's sessions. Most of you do if you follow high school football. Even though Bart's been an assistant coach, he's had nothing but success at Davidson and then state championship success at Prattville a couple of times, and last year at Daphne High School as defensive coordinator.
Defense last year.
Rough defense. You know, I mean, if they showed up on your porch, you just give them what they want. So they bring an attitude. That's the way he teaches it. That's the way they play. They play through the whistle. They play hard. And I can tell you, just getting a chance to be around these programs that we have been in the last few years, even though Bart's now in, McGill is a program. It's there. It's there to just continue to be nurtured because there's already an element of pride at McGill. At UMS Wright, the state championships, the run that they've had throughout 2000 and since 1999, since Terry's been there, speaks for itself. Yeah,
and I think when you look at this game, I'm not sure any coach really knows what they have right now until you play that first game. But I think you look at UMS, they lost a lot to graduation, especially on both the offensive and defensive line. Yeah. You know, Bart Sessions comes into McGill. They've got a lot of seniors back, but they also have a new coach, some new systems going. So I think both coaches still trying to figure out, they're not sure what they have coming in tonight's game.
I don't want to undervalue tonight's game, but I think if you're going to be honest about it, both these programs think their best seasons are maybe a year or two away in terms of the talent that they've got in underclassmen. But they're going to play tonight. They're going to play very hard. They're going to play very disciplined. They're both very coached up for this game. They understand it's not a region game. But again, don't undervalue what's going to happen on the field tonight. A lot of young people who know each other, schools that don't want to lose to the other, coaches that can be friendly tonight in pregame that are going to do everything they can to beat the other.
Yeah, and as we say, we'll talk with both coaches. We'll have them join us here in the next 30 minutes as we get ready for kickoff from the lip. But looking at the season, I mean, we've got a great slate of games. I mean, coming up here on UTV 44 next week, we've got a real exciting game, Gulf Shores and Spanish Fort. I mean, the schedule is going to be great all season as per usual.
Yeah, and not only will you see some of the best talent that the state of Alabama really has. I mean, look at last year and the last several years how this portion of the state, not South Alabama, but this corner of the state has dominated at the state championship. So there's something to that. There's great coaching. There's also a great care and there's great commitment by the schools themselves to have good football. It's important. The kids are coached well from the time they're this high. It shows up on the field.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk UMS Wright Bulldog football. We've done that a lot over the past 12 years or so, it seems like. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk with Terry Curtis. We'll talk all about the Bulldogs and their matchup with McGill Toolen tonight right here on UTV 44. Stick around. That comes up next.
The sale of all sales is finally here. And right here is the place to buy. The Toyota Nationwide Clearance Event is on at Eastern Shore Toyota. Over 300 new Toyotas. Clearance price. New Corollas. Discounted $2,000. New Camrys. $3,000 off. New Tundra Crew Maxes. $4,500 off. And they're all backed by our nationwide lifetime warranty. Unlimited time and miles. No extra cost. This is the sale you've been waiting for. And this is the place to buy. Eastern Shore Toyota. I-10 exit 38.
It's our biggest sale of the year, the Eastern Shore Hyundai 200 sales event. $8,000 off 2010 Genesis four-door sedans. The 2012 Elantras for only $149 a month. Come see us, Eastern Shore Hyundai, I-10, exit 38.
For anyone who's never made a slap bet or done the naked man, Isn't it about time you took the leap?
I can do anything!
How I Met Your Mother. Get into it 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 11 on UTV 44.
Looking for a quality used vehicle? Eastern Shore Toyota is the place to be. Over 500 used vehicles backed by our nationwide lifetime warranty. Price to save you thousands. Why pay more? Get a quality used vehicle for less at Eastern Shore Toyota's Used Car Supercenter.
Now is absolutely the best time to buy at Eastern Shore Hyundai. We're having our Hyundai 200 event. We've got a huge selection of Hyundais, great location, I-10 exit 38, and amazing deals like these. 2011 Sonata GLS's only $18,488. $8,000 off 2010 Genesis 4-door sedans. The 2012 Elantras for only $149 a month. Visit us online, easternshore.hyundai.com, or come see us, I-10 exit 38.
You know, just seeing the UMS Wright Bulldogs, I'll never forget when our dear friend Ray put the Bulldog head on about 6 or 7 years ago.
Sure did it before a game against Thomasville.
Yep, sure was. Pouring down rain. UMS
night to remember.
Yep.
That was a good night.
That was a good night. Yeah.
It was.
For you.
High school football getting ready to kick off the season tonight here on UTV 44. UMS Wright going up against McGill. Everybody knows head coach Terry Curtis. Ryan Thomason, the fullback, with us as well. We'll talk to Ryan in a second. And we get ready for this game. Dan, you know, it seems like Dan and I have done these games a long time, and a lot of times we'll be talking about coaches and we reference Terry Curtis because well, he's 211 and 66 in his career, 41 and 15, 4 state championships, 12 years at UMS, 133 and 31, 36 and 8 in the playoffs. That's why we reference TC a lot.
Well, we do, and we kid him. You know, if he loses one, we call him at home that night. But
You're a lot of other people.
But the fact is that you've got a very young team this year, Coach, and you lose a couple of star power players. Your team is younger. Do you coach them any differently?
Well, not really. We're younger, but I really like this team. We don't have a Chris Dukes and like some other guys that we've had in the past, but we got 11 seniors, which is a small number for us.
Yes.
But they've been in the program the whole time. They've done everything asked. Coming up, they've not been a big class, so therefore they've got their tails kicked all the way up a good bit. I mean, Ryan can vouch for that. And now it's their time to get a revenge that they've got some younger guys to help them. They've really taken these younger guys under their wings, and where we don't know where this year's going to go. I'll promise you, the teams behind them, because of their leadership, is going to be much better for what these seniors have showed them that they need to do.
That's great.
And I think it's very much to that point, like Dan was mentioning with McGill. It's a program at UMS. I mean, it's a program. You know that every school's gonna have those cycles of great athletes. Maybe you don't have them, but you know what your kids are gonna bring every Friday night.
They're gonna play hard. We're going to be strong. We're going to play good technique, and they're going to give you everything they got. Now, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes guys are just better than we are. But for the most part, our guys have been able to compete, and we enjoy this McGill game. You know, 6A against 4A, we appreciate them playing us. We have a hard time getting people in our classification to play us. We find out real early where we stand, and that's important because the ultimate goal is where you're going to be in November, not August the 26th.
And I've got a quick point on that before we get to our fullback here, is your region has got some 6A feel to it with the talent and the depth of the region.
Well,
I mean,
we
you've
like
got
to
some
take
really
credit
good
for
teams.
that. We think that we have really made our region way better. They coach better. They got more balance. They do a lot of different things now. And I got that from T.R. Miller. You know, when I watched T.R. Miller the first time, I said, I know why they win in 3A. They play like a 6A team.
Right.
They do multiple stuff, and people can't defend it. And we did the same thing starting out in 4A. But now these other guys got a little bit better doing it.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit tougher, but it's a tough region. The state champions come out of there about 8 out of the last 9 years, and it should have been that year. But we got our work cut out for us.
Well, you know, because you were the state champions several of those times.
Yeah, Ryan Thomason, fullback here. As you get ready for the season, just what's your? I mean, you're excited, you're nervous, Raven. Kind of what's the overall feeling of the Bulldogs getting ready for tonight's game?
We feel pretty good. We've been working hard all summer. I mean, we'll get out there later on the line. We've been doing a lot of good work, putting a lot of good work in. We're on our assignments. We know what we're doing. We're ready.
Talk about the fact that your freshman class was so small.
Right.
And the numbers have been against you for so long.
Yes, sir.
You're ready to win. You're ready to, as a senior now, you're saying, okay, it's not just 11 of us now. We get to use these juniors and sophomores and even freshmen. And we get to teach them the UMS Wright way. You can take pride in that, correct?
Yes, sir. All the way up through middle school, we struggled freshman year. I don't think we won a game 7th or 8th grade, but now that we got these grades below us to help us out, we provide the leadership, they'll support us, we'll support each other, and we'll get it done.
Okay, just a quick note to everybody in the region, 33 is playing with a chip on his shoulder. Keep an eye on him, he's kind of ticked off.
But we do that all the way up.
Yeah.
You know, our 7th graders play together, our 8th graders play together, our 9th graders have played together. You know, so therefore, if they had a small class, they were going to be in a little bit of trouble.
But they were going to be together, in trouble together,
right? They're going to play together, and they're great friends now, and they're bringing great leadership.
Hey, look across the other sideline and think back. Bart Sessions coaching his first game tonight. Think back to your first game. What were you feeling like the first time you were the head coach? Because you were an assistant coach for a long time. Took the head coaching job. What was your feelings?
I remember like it was yesterday, and it's been 22 years ago. But all I wanted to do was to make sure that we looked like we knew what we were doing. You know, our special teams, getting out there on time. And I tell the story all the time. My first game as a head coach, we had gone over special teams. So then we play in Williamson, and we go out there, and we get our first extra point block. The ball just rolls, dribbles back there. So the center comes off, and I jump all over him. I said, what in the world are you doing? The ball rolled back there. He said, Coach, I didn't snap it. I said, what do you mean you didn't snap it? He said, well, one of our guys wasn't out there, and they told everybody to move over one. So we all moved over one, and the guard snapped the ball. I said, well, unbelievable. That was my first game of the head coach.
Did you win the game?
He's going,
Did you win the game?
No, no. But you know, you worry about that. You just want them to be professional and look good out there. So he's going to have plenty of butterflies, and not that that's going to be an advantage for him.
Yeah.
You know, if his quarterback stayed home, we'd probably be a lot better off. He told me he was going to play.
Ryan, good luck tonight, TC. We'll talk to you in the last segment. We'll have Bart Sessions out here as well. UMS and McGill getting ready to kick it off here tonight. When we come back, we'll talk McGill Toolen Yellow Jacket football next, right here on UTV 44 from Eastern Shore Toyota.
The Toyota Nationwide Clearance Event is on at Eastern Shore Toyota. Over 300 new Toyotas, clearance price, new Corollas, discounted $2,000, new Camrys, $3,000 off, and they're backed by our nationwide lifetime warranty. Eastern Shore Toyota, I-10 exit 38.
Now is absolutely the best time to buy at Eastern Shore Hyundai. We're having our Hyundai 200 event. We've got a huge selection of Hyundais, great location, I-10 exit 38, and amazing deals like these. The 2012 Accent 4-door GLS is only $129 a month. $8,000 off 2010 Genesis 4-door sedans. The 2012 Elantras for only $149 a month. Visit us online, easternshore.hyundai.com, or come see us, I-10 exit 38.
At Eastern Shore Toyota, we have it all. Rims, tires, custom grills, body kits, lift kits, window tint, leather installations, even entertainment system from navigation to DVDs. Eastern Shore Toyota, we do it all.
Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Live in Springfield, and the world laughs at you.
What kind of pencil do we take?
Take a number 2.
Looks like you took a big number 2.
The Simpsons, weeknights at 6 on UTV 44.
Now is absolutely the best time to buy at Eastern Shore Hyundai. We're having our Hyundai 200 event. We've got a huge selection of Hyundais, great location, I-10 exit 38, and amazing deals like these. 2011 Sonata GLSs, only $18,488. $8,000 off 2010 Genesis four-door sedans. The 2012 Elantras for only $149 a month. Visit us online, EasternShoreHyundai.com, or come see us, I-10, exit 38.
What? Derek said it would.
Find out what Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley will say next on Local 15, the Weather Authority.
Brennan, Jim Cox, Bart Sessions, Trey Roberts here at Eastern Shore Toyota as we get ready for the kickoff about 15 minutes away here tonight between UMS and McGill Toolen to start our 2011 high school football season here on UTV 44. And we've kind of heard the UMS Bulldog side of things. Now we're ready to talk about the Yellow Jackets. We've talked a lot about Bart Sessions, coaching his first game, all that. The only thing we haven't done is hear how he's feeling about tonight's game. Coach, a lot of big game experience, obviously. State championship last year with Daphne, state championship in Prattville as the defensive coordinator. Everybody wants to be a head coach, but I know you really feel that this was the right head coaching job to get for Bart Sessions.
Well, first of all, see, I came over here thinking we were going to talk about Terry all night.
We need more than 30. We need more than 30 minutes for that.
I've got some stories if you want to.
No. Those are post game.
We've got some stories.
Yeah, right. We've all got some stories.
But McGill Toolen is definitely a very special place, you know, and there were a few opportunities that as a family we talked about. You know, it's very important for us to be on the coast. Our families are here. My wife's family's here. So, you know, that's important for us, for our kids to grow up around their grandparents, and that allows us to do that. We certainly missed that with our time in Prattville, and it's something we want to get back to. And then when you look at McGill, I mean, the history of the program, you know, the facilities, the resources are there, the support's there. And really what it all boils down to, when you have a chance to sit down with Miss Hayes and Father Shields, you really get a feel for the family atmosphere that they want to cultivate. So, you know, all those things put together, I mean, I think it just made for a perfect fit.
Well, I would say that it's a family atmosphere at McGill, and the family just adopted a rough kid. Because our boy Bart comes in, and he is all about, I know that you enjoy being at McGill, but at the same time, you are clearly not going to let that program stamp you as much as you want to put your stamp on the program.
We certainly want to take what they already have built and raise it to the next level. I mean, those are the things we talked about when I met with Miss Hayes and Father Shields. We want to get the program to a championship level. If you look at McGill, most of our programs are at a championship level. We feel like football, there's no reason we can't do the same thing in football. And we want to build a perennial power there. And we haven't backed down that from day one. Those are the things we want to do.
12 straight years in the playoffs for McGill Toolen. You know, I ran into Bart a couple of weeks ago. It was right at the start of when practices start, and the first thing he said is, I like my kids. I mean, that was the first thing that jumped out. You like your kids, including this guy, Trey Roberts.
No doubt. You know, Trey's a leader for us, man. He competes every day. You know, he's been one of the first when we came in and talked about the tempo that we wanted to practice at. We wanted to do everything faster, get more reps in everything we do. Trey was one of the first guys to jump on and try to bring guys with him. His leadership's been really instrumental in everything we've done. And I think there are more and more guys every day starting to follow along, those senior leaders like Trey, which is really helping practice improve every day.
Yeah, last year, you might remember the Davidson game. Trey Roberts was the player of the game on defense, and Coach Sessions, the defensive guru, comes and says, yeah, so what do? I moved to the other side of the football. Tell us about making the move from being on defense to now being the tailback.
It's nothing really major. Like, everything changes a lot because you go from learning one scheme to learning a whole new scheme. But it's really nothing.
How about practices this year with Coach? I mean, is it a huge difference? Are things a lot different this year?
Yes, sir. Things are a lot different. We practice a lot faster at a larger rate of speed. You know, we work hard. We just come out with a very high tempo, and we believe that tempo will transfer on to the game. You know, help us in the long run.
As Coach was saying, they don't really run sprints at McGill. You know, they don't line up and run sprints because they're sprinting you're sprinting all practice. I was at a UMS Wright practice earlier this week, the McGill practice a few days ago. It was hot as blazes, as you all know. And everything they did was at breakneck speed. Talk about that.
You know, that's kind of something that I picked up from Bill Clark at Prep. You know, we don't condition after practice. You know, our philosophy is we're going to practice so fast that conditioning is built into practice. I think when you look around college football with the Oregons, the Auburns, a lot of the offensive schemes that are really prevalent now, that's their philosophy. We've adopted a little bit of that, and I think our kids really enjoy it. Man, most kids are saving energy for that end of practice when you put them on a line to run gassers. Our kids know there are no gassers. If we finish the final period of practice, we're going in. Okay, so I think they appreciate it, and we get more football done in the long run.
Yeah, all about the reps.
Right.
We are so excited, Trey. Good luck later on tonight. We'll say, be safe, Coach. You stay sitting there. We've got our hurry-up offense, which I know Coach Curtis has been over there chit-chatting with you about the rapid-fire questions.
I saw him over there looking at the questions.
Yeah, Terry Curtis cheating on a test. Go figure.
McGill and UMS tonight. We're about 10 minutes from kicking it off right here on UTV 44. Stick around.
If we wouldn't drive it, we don't sell it. Of every 10 vehicles taken in trade by Eastern Shore Toyota's Used Car Supercenter, only 6 meet our strict standards of performance, safety, and appearance. If you're looking for a quality used vehicle, Eastern Shore Toyota is the place to be. Choose from over 500 of the world's most popular imports and domestic. Backed by our nationwide lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional cost. All priced to save you thousands. Why pay more? Get a quality used vehicle for less at Eastern Shore Toyota's Used Car Supercenter.
What? Derek said it would.
Find out what Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley will say next on Local 15, the Weather Authority.
Now is absolutely the best time to buy at Eastern Shore Hyundai. We're having our Hyundai 200 event. We've got a huge selection of Hyundais, great location, I-10 exit 38, and amazing deals like these. The 2012 Accent 4-door GLS is only $129 a month. $8,000 off 2010 Genesis 4-door sedans. The 2012 Elantras for only $149 a month. Visit us online, EasternShoreHyundai.com, or come see us, I-10 exit 38.
The Toyota Nationwide Clearance Event is on at Eastern Shore Toyota. Over 300 new Toyotas, clearance price, new Corollas, discounted $2,000, new Camrys, $3,000 off, and they're backed by our nationwide lifetime warranty. Eastern Shore Toyota, I-10 exit 38.
Now is absolutely the best time to buy at Eastern Shore Hyundai. We're having our Hyundai 200 event. We've got a huge selection of Hyundais, great location, I-10 exit 38, and amazing deals like these. 2011 Sonata GLS's only $18,488. $8,000 off 2010 Genesis 4-door sedans. The 2012 Elantras for only $149 a month. Visit us online, EasternShoreHyundai.com, or come see us, I-10 exit 38.
Just a few minutes from kickoff tonight, UMS and McGill here on UTV 44. We've got both of our coaches, Bart Sessions and Terry Curtis. And before we do our hurry-up offense, as we say, well, I want to touch on one thing with UTC, and Dan alluded to it, and we've talked about this before. Young coaches seem to gravitate toward you. And I know you talk with a lot of young coaches before they take a job, maybe when they're interviewing for a job and they call you, but it really does seem like you give back a lot to the coaching fraternity.
Well, I try to. I've been in so long, and Bart and I have been great friends way before he got this head job. He's been in on some other ones that he could have probably gotten if he'd have really gone after them. And he's been just a great friend, and he's always, he's always called me, just asked my opinion. Not that he went with it or whatever, but it just makes you feel good that these guys, and he's not the only one, that they just ask your opinion. Not that they're going to listen to it, and I try to be honest with them, tell them what I think the good points, the bad points, and of course those principals call me too and want to know about that coach, the good points and bad points. So it works both ways, but as you get at my age and all, you feel like you owe it to these guys. We don't have enough guys in this profession now that are honorable and know how to handle their programs and do their programs the way they should. And you know, and Bart's going to be a great coach. He just, you know, it's just going to take some time with the little things, not the X and O's. He knows X and O's way better than a lot of people that's been coaching a long time. But just the parents, the kids, the things that motivate them, the things that don't. You know, just all the way down to the little things that he'll tweak, and he's got to be his own person. You know, I won a state championship at Murphy's assistant. He's got a couple. But it's not like that first one when it's your team. That you've molded, that you've done, your coaches, you the head man, and that'll come from it.
Yeah, and it feels so much more of an accomplishment when it is you that does it. All right, well, this is the part of the show that, how can I say this, with TC, he hates it. Just doesn't like it. So we do these
I like this game when I was a kid.
We just do these rapid-fire questions. Bart,
that was a long time ago.
He doesn't know what the deal is. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start over here with Bart. All right, Bart, name me your first dog.
Tiger.
Dan?
Snickers.
Snickers. I met Snickers. I know Snickers. Your first dog. Bobo. Man, I wish we could tell. I wish I could tell the story about when I learned about him.
I've never had a dog since then.
You know what, this is even Terry Curtis's stories about his dogs you can't tell on the air. I mean, what does that say?
All right. If you were, what position would you play on the Bulldogs if you were the player today that you were in high school? What position would you play for the Bulldogs?
Quarterback.
He'd be the quarterback. What would you be?
What was the question?
If you were the player you were in high school trying to play for McGill today, what position would you be playing?
Oh, I wouldn't get to play. I'd be on the bench. These guys are a lot better athletes than I am.
Yeah. I didn't get to play then, and I sure
I'd be
couldn't
on the JV basketball team. Where I belong.
Kyle Busch got nailed for going 128 in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. Last speeding ticket you had, TC?
Never had one.
Never had a speeding ticket. Last speeding ticket?
Never.
It was on my way to a UMS game.
Really?
Yes, going to see UMS when we had the game in Eufaula. Thanks for nothing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
we lost that game too, didn't we?
You know what? I got one on the way to Pensacola with my mother-in-law in the car.
I bet you that went well.
Yeah, that was great. Your kitchen sink is leaking. Fix it yourself or call a plumber?
Try myself and then call a plumber.
How about you?
That's the Grand Bay in him right there.
Yeah.
You know?
How about you?
I'm calling a plumber from Grand Bay.
Call Rudy.
Call him Rudy. I got to remember that. You know what?
Do it all booster.
I try to fix it myself, then I have to call the plumber. Then he has to fix what I screwed up. Yeah. Country pop or rock and roll?
Country.
It's the no-brainer.
Yes.
Yeah, Zach Brown.
Classic rock.
Classic rock. I like that. iPhone, BlackBerry, or a rotary phone?
I got a Droid.
A Droid, all right.
Yeah, you know, got a BlackBerry.
All right.
Just went from an iPhone to a Droid.
All right, maybe switch. All right, let's see. Besides the Southeast, what part of the country would you like to go coach high school football in?
Probably Texas.
Texas, without a doubt.
Yeah, all right. All right, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Good luck tonight. Got a great season of high school football here on UTV 44. We're very excited tonight. We kick things off. UMS going up against McGill. It's a great rivalry, two great programs, and we can't wait to bring it to you tonight right here on UTV 44. Time to head to the booth, Danny boy.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Stick around. Kickoff comes up next. They're ready. We're ready for a great season on UTV 44.